Right, now we're going to glue the leading edge, which is 3/16 square stock. So I'm just going to put a little bit of medium CA in the front of here. Okay, but a little bit, I mean a reasonable amount. Let's not be stingy. And then line it up and push and hold. Just hold it in reasonably firmly until it sets off, and you glue your finger to it. I always figure if you haven't glued yourself to it, you're not doing it right. And then we swap over. I suppose we can probably do this, some of it with the medium CA. No, I think we'll stick with the front just because we can. So I'm actually not with the camera, so pull it in, little dribble. End. And that's that part done. And just go to the other side. Right. Having done the leading edge, do the trailing edge. This is done with just square 1/4 inch. It's actually easier to unpin it and pick it up and do it. You flip the wing up the right way, bit of medium CA on the centre rib and push it in good and tight, and that'll pretty much set you up. I've just been using the medium CA, just do the tip, do the middle, then outsides, and just work your way along. And then that's pretty much that. Well, the next step after that will be just giving you a quick sand, and then we'll work on the covering. Well, there we go for the night. Not too bad. Got one wing almost finished, fuselage almost finished. Takes a while, but it does come together. So I always enjoy watching sort of sticks and bits of wood come into the full airplane. It's quite neat. It definitely looks better off the paper, that's for sure. Well, watch out for the next video. Right, here we are with the wing. As you can see, I've done some work. Now, this is what the main leading edge should look like. Which I'll show you how to do in just a second. I've already glued down the other side, which I haven't actually rolled it over yet. You just run a bead of medium CA right down the edge of the leading edge spar. The other option, other way to do it, and this is how I did it, is you actually run the bead down on the piece of sheeting, which you just leave on the bench, and you just simply push that down into it like that, hold it all down till the glue sets off, and then let it all dry off and set up properly. This one's had a little bit of time, so now you have to watch this 1/16 bolster. It's not, stuff I've got at the moment, it's not the most flexible. This is something you generally want to do with the softest stuff you can find. So, in a second I'll get to that. Now, they have actually planed down all the spars to fit, so they're all nice and flush and smooth and follow the lines of the ribs. And I've just put a 1/2 inch, sort of 1/16 caps, top and bottom, of both sides of the trailing edge. The plan, well, the original idea is to put a 1/2 inch cap on the main spars as well, but I'm not actually going to bother with that because it doesn't need it. It will need, however, the strips running down the length of it like this. Use a 1/2 inch for the centre and then just 1/4 inch for the rest of them. Don't worry about having sort of overlaps on these at the moment, they can be cut off later. Yeah, just run, as I said, 1/4 inch by 1/16 to cap the ribs. Right, next stage I'll show you how to glue this up. Right, now the trick to getting these to bend, let's get my copy out of the way, is water. Little, just normal spray bottle. What you do is you just very carefully spray straight down basically onto it that way. Leave it a little while, just let it soak in a little bit. Just do a little bit at a time, so if the water soaks through, the glue won't hold. And as you do it, you'll feel it sort of soften up. And it shouldn't be too hard to bend it round into place. That's better. That's getting there. Now on the rib against this, on the centre rib, just use a bit of medium CA. Just run a quick bead along that. And then just with the next rib over, just hold it all down into place until that sets up, which unfortunately does take a little while with the medium. There it goes. So, now, easiest way to do this is on a flat surface, which I haven't quite got. Is you just push it down, not too hard, just enough to hold it in place, and then you sort of break out the thin again. Just put a drop up against the rib and the sheet, and just wait a little bit for that to soak through and set off. And once that's done, you just move it along to the next two ribs in this case. Fortunately, you have to wait until the CA is absolutely set. Occasionally it does take just a drop on the other side just to help out a little bit. And this is pretty much how I build all my wings. it takes pretty much almost all the twist and flexibility out of the wing. And once you skin it, they're incredibly rigid. I've actually had comments made to me on the little red, about the little red one. Sort of guy actually sort of asked me if it was a kit set, which not sure what gave him that idea, but obviously the construction is good enough to look like a kit set. So now just do the last bit, little bead along there, and little one along there. And just hold it down till it, as I said, hold it down till it goes off, and then basically do the other side. And this is it's the same process for the top and bottom, just the bottom tends to be, the bottom's full length, whereas the top side you've actually got to make sure you've got a cut out for that centre rib. And there we go, it's up. Now this will be wet for about half an hour or so, depending on temperature and humidity and things like that. But don't worry about it too much. And then yeah, it's exactly the same as that, same procedure for the other side, and that side as well. And eventually you'll have what starts to actually look like a wing. So I'll do the other side, then I'll show you the next step. Right, I've done the wing now. Just while it dries off, that's the rudder. I just quickly whipped that up last night. Now depending on which version of the plans you've got, will depend on what design of rudder is in there. This is the standard size one. The trailing edge here is done with 3/16. The rest of it's all 1/4 inch. Just make sure you put a second piece of 1/4 inch down in there. That's just for the control horn to go into. I found once I'd built it, it was a little bit sort of soft and floppy, so I just put 1/16 diagonals on just to stiffen it up, which does the trick beautifully. And obviously just plane it down and sand it, get it all nice and smooth. Now the angle you want it planed down on, obviously when you build it on the plans, the 3/16 will sit lower this side. You plane it down to the 3/16 obviously, then just plane and sand the 3/16 off to match the angle. And when it's all set up on the aircraft, you should be able to line it up. I'll just grab the fuselage here. You should line it up flat that way, which will give you a taper off down this way. That's actually done for a reason. That's to help counter the torque steer from the prop. So, as I said yesterday, I haven't got any triangle stock, so I can't really finish anything at the moment. I can still build the main parts like this, I just can't finish them. So obviously all that needs is just the quarter inch tri-stock there, and then just planed down and sanded smooth, and that's ready to go. I've already sanded all the back of it so everything's all nice and flush and smooth, and same with the fuselage, it's all flush and smooth. So yeah, I mean, all the controls should have that taper to them. Might be kind of hard to see on the camera, but you can see it there. So all the controls have them. It just cuts down on drag and a little bit of weight. Mainly just they look better. Right. That's roughly what the leading edge should look like once it's all planed and sanded down. I've sort of trimmed everything off and sanded everything down. I mean, the smoother, I mean, sanding is a pain in the ass, but the smoother you get it, the better your covering job's going to be, and the better the whole airplane's going to look. And it's taken me probably about half an hour, plan it all down and sand it all nicely. So that's, and plus I've also put all the cap strips in. I've still got to cut in the top side here the slots for the supports, but I wanted to get everything sanded down first and everything in place, and then sanded, planed and all smooth. With the server rails, if you do use these, just make sure you put a little bit of the 1/16 around them just to give the covering something to go to. And I've left that there because I intend to put hatches on that side. You don't have to. You can just skin it the same as these and leave it at that. But I'm going to put hatches in, so this is how I've done it. And pretty much do the other wing, and you're just about there. Well, thanks for watching, and watch out for the next vid, where I should be finishing everything off and putting it all together. Thanks for watching.